So why not close the series of some of the things that I would not do as a legal practitioner using or with this particular episode, right? So this is the final episode. My name is Yolanda in case you're new here, and I'm an attorney and a director at a law firm situated in Johannesburg, right? So we mainly specialize in estate planning and trusts. Let's forge ahead. Instead of taking you through something that I would not do, I've got two things that I would do as a legal practitioner on this one. Number one, I would rather nominate a family member of mine, myself, as an executor, right? I would choose this person because I know, irrespective of where they are, they will be able to find someone who can help them administer the estate if they can't themselves, right? They will be able to locate that person. And number two, I would do this myself. In particular, I would make it a point that I write a will so that I can make this nomination, because I don't want people fighting about who's going to be the executor of my estate, because people think they'll get more money by being an executor in my estate. Then they end up fighting and my estate is never administered, because then again, it's not as if I have a lot of money anyway. So I would choose someone myself in my family, right, that I know is a bit level-headed, who's going to take up this role and be able to go from A to B in order for my estate to be properly administered. The second thing I'm going to do, or I would do as a legal practitioner, is to sit down my family and tell them. In fact, this is something I've already done. You sit down your family and you tell them, if something were to happen to me, this is where you're going to locate my will. These are the details, right? Or if you don't know the details, this is the name of this place where you have to go and get my will. It's going to have all of the information that you need. And number two, I would sit them down and tell them as well how to locate a certain document that contains all of the information of the things that I have that they need to take care of, that they need to claim from, right? Because I don't want them to miss anything. So I would definitely direct them to these different places. These discussions are what we should be having, because they are the ones that open up the minds of the people we will leave behind. You see, from what I'm saying now, I haven't told them anything. The only thing that I'm telling them is, if something were to happen to me, just go and take my will at this place. It's located there, right? Just take my death certificate and take whatever it is that's necessary and go there. You will get my will. Thereafter, I would direct them as to what needs to happen. Just give them an idea of where they need to go without delay. This is also another issue. Because we don't have these discussions with people, when you pass away, people take time to do anything. Now, this is a disadvantage. How? See, when you, for example, you pass away and your family takes time to administer your estate, what's going to be happening in the meantime is that if you owe, let's say I was paying for a bond or I was paying for something, it will try to collect from my bank account, right? And if there's no money, guaranteed it's going to be bouncing back, or the debit is not going to go through. This is creating additional costs to the estate. And remember, with a non-payment of a debt, there continues to be a growth in the interest. Even if you tell the people at the bank that, okay, listen, now this person has passed away, it doesn't stop the interest. You can imagine then when somebody or your family doesn't say anything, they're sitting at home, they're not reporting your estate, you have not directed them what they should do as soon as something happens to you, now they're sitting there. In the meantime, debts are accumulating because banks are trying to get their money, or service providers rather are trying to get their money, they can't get it, so which means that there's more debts going up, the interest rate is also going up. So by the time they even notify the banks or the service providers that, okay, this person actually has passed away, you need to freeze whatever's happening there, you'll find that there's going to be interest there. And even then, it doesn't stop. It will continue to accumulate until such time they are paid back that money in full, right? So this is why you need to be having that discussion, or I would rather have that discussion with my family, is because I want them to move as soon as possible, because delaying things will only lead them to actually paying more costs. And another thing that I would definitely also tell them is that they need to keep my documents safe. The people that are going to benefit, who are in charge of this, they are the ones that need to keep my documents safe, because I don't want a situation where somebody's going to take my documents and run to go make claims, etc., because the documents are exposed, right? So this is why I often say you can't keep documents under the bed, because it's very risky, because it gives other people an opportunity to, do fraudulent things where they see an opportunity, right? So on that basis, this is the last part to the series, things that I would not do as a legal practitioner. So I'll see you next time. Maybe we'll start another series. I don't know. We'll think about it. We'll see you next time.